It's almost time to ride. Hump day ride. Stuff my words up then. Hump day ride starting in 7 minutes. So it's time to clip in. No head units, no Garmin's, no additional sensors, just the Neo 2. That's it. Keeping it simple, not recording data, just riding my bike in the Hump Day ride, which I have to click on join event for, and the transportation happens now. Ho ho, here we go. Rock and roll. So just about an hour of riding. That's really about it. I'm not going to be racing the last lap. We'll stay with the bacon and have a chat on the way through with everyone. So 6 minutes on the Neo 2. The Neo 2 video just went out about...
It's 6:53.
53 minutes ago. So check that one out. If you're into smart trainers, there's a bike without a pedal on it. Huh. If you're into smart trainers and all things new, so it was a bit of fun. So that's what I'm riding tonight. It was on the bike. I've been playing around with the bottom brackets today, having no end of trouble trying to get other power meters installed with other bottom brackets. It just wasn't happening. So hopefully there's no creaks or anything tonight on this ride. We shall find out. But all good. Summary of the Neo 2, just as we're waiting to warm up here. It's the Neo 1, as I said, with a new set of pants on because it's blue underneath. The cadence is absolutely spot on because it does have a cadence sensor in the unit. Comes with the through axle adapters and the threaded option, which is cool. What else? And has some onboard memory, which they haven't unlocked yet or haven't even told us what it's all about. Other than that, power good, ride characteristics identical, noise about the same. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So the video is about 20 minutes, I think. So check that one out if you've got a chance. It's heating up in this space. Kicker core. Yeah, there's a lot of competition. My videos of the Kicker core are going really well. A lot of hits on those. So a lot of people looking at what's happening with those. How long have we got? Now I am remembering to check that I've got power readings there. If anyone remembers my other live stream with another trainer. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on. Okay, it's transported me in the app. Is the app working? It is. Everyone's in the one little spot there in the app. Cool. Alright, I've got a few messages coming up there. Now, I've got to keep focus on the ride tonight, that I don't ride off the front at any point. I've got to be a good bunch rider. I think the last time that I live streamed one of these, I just kept riding off the front and then dropping back and just being a bit of a shit of a rider in the bunch. So again, I'm not collecting data tonight. I'm not doing any testing. I'm just riding in the bunch. So that's what we'll focus on tonight. The questions that come through, I've got the chats up on here. So I'll be keeping an eye on those whilst I try and keep in the bunch. Gareth, in regards to the Wahoo grinding noises with the Kicker core units, I only see what's online, what people have put up in the forums there. I know Wahoo are on top of it with getting people sorted. That's all I know. There's nothing more to it than that. I haven't encountered it, so I haven't done a video on it. West Aussie's keeping the economy going. well, technically the West Aussies do get a sleep in for, what, 2 or 3 hours? Yeah, hopefully no power drops. The other night I had an absolute horrendous Lama lab session. And let me think. I've just been putting out a ton of content lately. I've got a ton in the queue. I think it was the Neo that I was testing and I was having like massive dropouts. May have been the P2s. It's all in one now. Yeah, terrible dropouts here in the Llama lab to the likes that I've never had before. and it was 10 o'clock at night. I'd already done 2 rides that day and I couldn't stop and start again. I was done. So I came back the next day. I shut everything off, everything down in the room here. What else did I do? Reset the routers, or the access points that I have here. Shut off everything. Oh, we have Lama. They're talking about me on the screen here. I've got to keep concentrated on the ride. I'm about the ride tonight. I will answer the questions, but I've got to be about the ride. How many have we got here? 233 joined. Yeah, it'll be up around 300, which isn't bad numbers given the sun is still shining here, even though it's 7 PM at night. Is there a release date for Zwift software for Android? I've got no idea, sorry. I got in on the beta. Actually, when I was over in Amsterdam with Ray, we jumped on the beta. I've used it a few times since then just to make sure it works, to see what the experience is all about. That's all I know though, sorry, I don't have any hooks into Zwift about invites or anything like that. Matt T went and got the big kicker. Awesome. I'm not sure this camera angle is the best with my legs going up and down like sausages, but we're going to have to live with it for now. Bacon will call me out if I don't ride hard. If I ride too hard in the bunch, he'll call me out. I know that much. All right, 21 seconds. My power is still bouncing around as it should be. 120 beats a minute. Nowhere to hide here. It shows how unfit I am. Alrighty. Rolling out, and as per my video on how to ride in a bunch, it's just about keeping the pace nice and smooth. You see a lot of people are swamping there. Look at the numbers there. You can see on the screen a lot of people are doing well over 3 watts a kilo. You don't need to. You just need to chill a little bit, because all that happens is they don't tell me I've got to tune my gears. I've been swapping trainers around. I'm going to have to tune my gears really quickly here. The question is which direction. I reckon it's down. Okay. Yeah, this is just tempo ride. So I'm just going to push to the front of the bunch here. Nobody followed my lead on this part. But before we hit the hill, I'm going to adjust my gears, because I'm on mechanical, really quickly. Am I still on? Am I still on? Better. A little bit better. Not perfect though. Set my graph off the screen there. Cool. Alrighty. And it's raining and dark. And the reality is here, outside, it's sunny and warm. What the hell am I doing indoors? No need to ask that one or answer that one either, but you know the question. Alrighty. So the beacon is behind us. The beacon, why is it raining and dark on Zwift? Why can't it be sunny and happy? This is... Even the confetti was dark. It's depressing confetti. They should just spit out black soot or something at night. Anyway. On the up. Reverse volcano tonight. It's been a while since we've done reverse volcano. You can see there on the app. We'll go around the outside, skirting around the volcano there. Then just reverse Watopia flat. Troy says it's even worse when it's raining outside and on Zwift. No, I'd say it's okay. If it's raining outside, then you want to be on Zwift. But when the sun's shining and they choose to give us rain indoors, it's not the incentive we need. This is software. They should be able to tell, is it raining where you locally are or not? And then simulate that. But I think everyone now has the same day and night, which is good. Because if you're ever doing a Zwift event, or Von and I were Zwifting together with two screens, one would be night and one would be day. And that's just weird. So that's now all synced up. Alright, you can see the messages coming through from Tim Searle there. And people think leading a ride might be easy, but it's not. You've got to always encourage those who are new to the ride just to keep it easy, close gaps. There's a whole learning curve to this. It's not as if you can just sink into a gap like you can outside and then just wait and get the draft and feel the bunch. This is all very digital, very different. Focus asks, how's the Tacx NEO 2? Perfect at the moment, no problems at all. My full review video went up just over an hour ago of the unit, and by popular demand Von did the unboxing and first ride, so that's all good. Alright, you can see the cadence change. I haven't changed gears, so the gradient simulation is spot on. Still don't have my gears tuned right though. Oh well. Huge bunch. 335. And it's still raining. Still not happy with that gear. Don't know. Pointed it out, smashed it about. There we go. When do we get to unbox some Lama fan gear? Lama hats with fleece. I've kind of steered clear of pushing anything. Black Friday this week was just freaking horrendous. Anybody with a social media account was trying to tell you what to buy and where to buy it. It was, I mean, that's business. That's what everything keeps everything afloat. But god damn, thank God that's over. The amount of spend on social for companies was insane. When Cyber Monday came around. Yes, I'm using all the sensors from the Tacx NEO tonight, except obviously the heart rate strap. Still not happy with the... Let's go to the big ring further up on the back. There we go. A little better. A bit smoother. I was in the small ring on the front, low rings down the back, so it's all good. Oh, if you have the companion app nearby, this one right here, you can jump on and give me a ride on and your name will come up on the screen. Internal heart rate strap will be the next best thing, the next thing. Just put a little sensor across your actual heart. But as for Lama gear, no. Anytime someone says about making their own kit, there's just a lot of struggles there with shipping and sizing and returns and everything. Look, if I can find a service that's awesome and cheap, then we'll look into it. Do I have a recommendation for a heart rate strap? I'd undo my top and show you, but I'll probably boot it off YouTube. Ticker X. Where is this going? Oh, it's the 360 bridge, right? It's a new way of determining what that is. Yep, Wahoo Ticker, dual Air Plus and Bluetooth Smart. Tacx also have a heart rate strap. Same deal. But I don't think I've come across anyone who doesn't like their ticker. It just works. You'll probably see it under here. Flashing away. Alright, keeping a close eye on the bunch today. Sticking as close as I can to the bacon, or the beacon. Alrighty. Hopefully the game sound is coming through today. I've had that down a little bit for recent recordings. Oh, hill. Is there an upgrade to the road feel coming from the Neo 1 to the Neo 2? Look, there's nothing more that I think they could do with the road feel. The Neo 2 supports it just as it supports it on or as the Neo 1 supports it. It's more about the software companies utilising that. The cobbles on Richmond are horrible because you're just riding along. You have to turn it off. It's just horrible. But as I've mentioned in my review of the Neo 2, there's gamification that could be added to this. There's slippery mode, there's ice mode, there's isotonic, isokinetic modes, but they're all just within the Tacx software or the utility app. So, if we're talking about gamification of Zwift and other platforms, I really need to start hooking into these other trainers. But how much dev time do you spend on just one trainer for one section of the market? Don't know. Steve mentions he gets lag on the Neo 1 road feel. Steve, are you using Amp Plus or Bluetooth? Somebody just commented before on the Neo 2 review about responsiveness being a little better on Bluetooth, and that's what I found. I haven't added the Bluetooth test, well, the user experience or the feel, the touchy-feely side of things of the Bluetooth test to the Lama Lab test. It'd take me another half hour to an hour to get everything set up and to measure the differences between the two. I'm hoping they release Windows Bluetooth Direct soon. Alright, keep an eye on the bacon there. 11 meters ahead. We're good, we're good. Bluetooth, okay, interesting. Again, it's all software, and any lag could be factored into. For example, if Zwift knows you're coming up to the gravel or a bridge at a certain speed, there could be some really basic calculations done with, like right here, bridge in 3, 2, 1, bang. The graphics knew that I was going to hit the bridge in about 3 seconds. There's no reason why that command couldn't be sent through. Sure, there'd be issues with me hanging a U-turn right there, edge case. But again, how much dev time do they want to spend sorting out minor issues for little cases like that? I mean, I think they should. But it's business. If you look on Trainer Road, the way they kick in erg mode, they preempt it, which is really good on other trainers that don't really kick in. Do I recommend the Ticker or Ticker X? Either or. As a pure heart rate strap, just heart rate, Ticker's fine. The X has a bit of storage, can be used as running. I think it's a cadence sensor as well, but depends on what you're after. Goes for the drink mix already. Going with the water. Do I rate the Druvo 1 as good as the Neo and the Kicker? No. It's a different level of trainer. Oh, sorry, the Druvo. I was thinking Diretto. Hang on, now I've got to back off because I'm looking at the... Druvo 1, yeah. Depends on the level of firmware. The Druvo 1 units with 0.5 or 5.0 firmware are better. But it's really hard to go past even a Gen 1 Kicker or a version 1 Neo. Still, it's all about value. If you can get good value for something like that, give it a test ride. Steve's on Trainer Road right now. You'll know what I'm saying, that if you're kicking in and out of erg mode. I think they're asking if I'm going to be at Tim Searle's 100,000 kilometre ride. As with all things Zwift, every time I'm away from the Lama lab and I can't make content or can't ride the bike, something happens. So tomorrow, when I'm flying out to Europe, there's either going to be a big update to Zwift and Tim Searle's going to hit his 100,000 Ks. Put your house on it. I bet, oh, sorry, I'm two things. I bet that's going to happen tomorrow. Right when I'm nowhere near any ability to make content. I'll drop an update and Tim's ride. So unfortunately I won't be there. Hopefully that video I put out on Tim's ride, I just gave him a bit of a boost, gave him a bit of a shout out for what he's up to, and got a few more eyes on what he's done. So as you can see here, phenomenal ride leader, just consistent in every week, like rounding up the troops. As I said in the video, an absolute credit to the Zwift community to have someone like Tim behind all these rides. So yeah, it's a bugger I won't be there. Unless I could maybe put on the power cal and run up and down the airport, because I don't fly out until 10. I'll probably get escorted out of the airport for doing that. Tacx ending support for Tacx training software version 4. Yeah, I got the email on that today as well. That's noted on my list of things to talk about the next Digital Peloton news. Oh, excuse me. I want to do more and more of those Digital Peloton news episodes where I can just do 5 or 6 bit of news all in 5 or 6 minutes. There's just nothing happening though. I think my current, and I've just got an ongoing list, and when I've got 4 or 5, bang, I make a video. So there's no actual schedule for that. It's just whenever there's news. The Tacx ending support is a news item I've got listed. The other ones off the top of my head are, just to get a heads up on the live stream, IQ squared power meter delayed till mid-Jan. There's something else. Obviously wasn't that notable. Look, sometimes there's really not much happening in cycling. I mean, I think the biggest news this week was those criminals drilling through 1 metre of concrete to get to the 3T bikes, which, as I said on Twitter, is marketing you cannot buy. They're big glossy 3T bikes were everywhere, every single media channel. Big 3T ad. To pay for that? That's a shit ton of money. I won't put it out there that they orchestrated it, but cool story. So yeah, my point being, as I'm rambling, is that yeah, Digital Peloton news gets released when there's actual news. And yeah, Tacx ending support for their older software was one of them. But they have replaced it with the desktop software, which I think needs a rename. Can anyone come up with a better name than Tacx desktop software? I'll be paying the team a visit next week. I think I want to take them a few names to rename their software. I think it needs something cool. Tacx desktop software. TDA. It might already be baked. We have no influence whatsoever. But hey, ideas are free. Tacx Max! iTax? Ooh. Yeah. iTax. Nah. I do like Tacx Max. Though, I don't know. I'll shoot the breeze on that one with them though, for sure. Because desktop app, who has a desktop? I own 3 or 4 phones, 2 laptops. I don't actually own a desktop. The Lama lab here has a mini PC. I think it's copyright. Tacx. It's got to be something. TD has no any of the same functions as TS4. Well, they say it will still work indefinitely. There's no ongoing support. So we'll see. PowerTap P2 was the worst upgrade ever. Look, I sent the team from PowerTap, because they sent me the pedals to have a look at. That was a, pretty much just a box out of the blue. With, here's the pedals, do what you want. And then send them back. So, it's pretty cool that companies allow me to do that. And don't crack the shits too hard if I just simply say what everyone else is saying anyway. I can guarantee if you read any other review on a review site that relies on ads and saying nice things, you're not going to get the full deal. So, and I'm not going to be the same as everyone else. I'm going to take those things outside and throw a camera underneath and do some skids on some dirt. Have a bit of fun. Something to have a laugh at. Have you seen my tubeless video that I failed at? The feedback from that was hot and cold. A lot of saltiness. But now everyone's looking back laughing at me, including myself, so that's what it's about. S-Tacx. Stacks. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm on the Neo 2 tonight, right now. That's why I've branded this all, because I was on the Neo. The Neo video's just gone out. Keeping with the theme. And keeping it honest, live, with the data. Okay, I'm 40 metres ahead of the bacon. I can see there the 40 metre mark there, 39. So if I grab the mouse here and do a quick look back. There you go, bacon's covering the rear. I give a soft pedal for a little bit here. In this ride, we're all auto-assigned the Giant bikes because this ride is sponsored by Giant or supported by Giant. And we're all in the same kit to keep everything nice and uniform. Alright, slowly dropping back. Speaking of letting out, Chippo at the TDU. I gotta say, as soon as Cipollini was announced he would arrive at Adelaide, I felt pregnant. And I'm a guy. What an absolute monster that guy is. So lock up your, I was gonna say lock up your dogs. Lock up everyone. Chippo's on the prowl in Adelaide. I've met him over at Eurobike. He is a monster of a dude. He's nice and tall. And I'm sure he's paid a pretty penny to come over and check out the TDU. It's all marketing. IQ Square got a 3-month delay. So I'm gonna be there, yeah. Awesome. They're the heroes the sport needs. Sagan's awesome. There's a lot of unknown pros who come to the Tour Down Under because it's early season. So it's good to have some superstars there. Pulls in the views, and that's what pays the bills for these guys. All right. Oh, hang on, we're pulling up comments about where up chat. J Dodd just tried to do the Hump Day ride, and the Zwift membership can go through. Bugger. J Dodd, was that via the web interface or via the mobile interface? I've seen Zwift staff reply to people saying use the web. Someone couldn't cancel the other day, and one of the responses from Zwift was to use the web interface. Will I still test Zwift on Android? Yeah, when there's a change to it, for sure. I have my S8 somewhere. It was via the web. Bugger. Yep, put in a support ticket. Be very loud about that. That shouldn't happen. Any news on me getting a new road bike? No. I was very close. I was very close, and then yeah, it didn't pan out. What do I think about trainers without an Ant Plus wireless connection? I don't often think about them, but when I do, it's the Lama Revolution. It depends what you want to use. You could use a tin of baked beans with 2 nails and a bit of wood if you've got a power meter on the bike. That's all you need. It's about hours and powers. And if you're through training, then course simulation really doesn't matter a hell of a lot. You can break things down, do straight intervals, then get out on the road. How many Ks have I done on Zwift? We can find this out. There we go. 24,087. So there's my stats. So level 25. I think someone the other day got level 25 with under 5,000 K, so clearly they need to bump those levels up ASAP. Other questions coming through. Do I think Zwift will support the Kinetic R1 wired mode? To be honest, nope. Zwift and everyone else will likely just support the wireless interface. Ant Plus FEC, Bluetooth FTMS, I believe that'll have in it. But then sitting down and having someone make sure the serial bus or the USB plug works and across Windows and Mac and all that. I'll be dead honest, no, I don't think I'll support it. Not unless it's really easy for them to do. They should. No question about that. But Stu Webb's got the score run. Thanks for chiming in, mate. I'll see you next time. Making a real conscious effort this ride to stay within a few meters of the beacon, and it's working well. I think last time I got tied up in the chat too much. I think I've got the balance right. Yeah, so as a recap, on the Tacx NEO 2 tonight, that's what's in the picture. And part of the Aussie Hump Day ride, which is every Wednesday night, our time here. Tim Searle's 100,000 kilometre ride will be tomorrow, around about this time. So if you want to plan doing something tomorrow and be a part of something huge, that event's up on the Zwift calendar. Yeah, level 23 at 4,300 Ks. It was about right for when it was, and that was 3 years ago, when the levels were all out and agreed on. Oh, someone going shooting backwards. But it hasn't changed since then, so it's going to be interesting to see how they implement any level change or XP change. Has Vaughn tried the new women's power saddle? No. No, she's still on the standard power saddle. Is it marketing? Or is there really a need for it? I'm not saying there's not a need for it, but there's a lot of reaching for straws going on in 2018 from bike companies. Does Tim still have to pay the monthly Zwift fee? I think they should make him pay 4 times as much. I don't know. Hopefully he's not watching the stream. I'll get whacked. Oh, by the way, they're the Elite bottles. Really squeezy. I won't squeeze it too hard because it's super easy to drink out of. There's a video from the other day. I'll throw a few of those in the Christmas hamper. Alrighty. $152 viewers. I appreciate everyone chiming in and coming along for the ride, whether you're just sitting there watching, listening to me banter on, or participating in the chat. If you have any questions, jump over to the chat, fire away. Always happy to be stumped on something. Do I still use the kicker desk? That's what's right in front of me right now. You just can't see it because the camera angle. Can I prove it by just picking things up that are on it? Yeah. The Lama Lab will change based on the videos that I'm doing. There's more of a chance I'll get a retweet or a like by Tacx if I remove all the Wahoo stuff out. So I try and keep things nice and, straight line branded. So you won't see me review the Neo on a Wahoo mat. You just can't do that. And if I'm going to be looking at an Elite trainer, it's got to be on the bright red Elite mat. Tacx should bring out their own desk. Well, they kind of have. It's the Tacx bike, and it's got a little holder at the front. I'm hoping to get a bit more content on the Tacx bike in the next week or so, so stay tuned for that. Am I hitting up the after party? Nah, I'll just chill. Do I have the My Run at home? No, unfortunately. That was only a 6-month loaner from Techno Gym. So I think halfway through that, Zwift Australia loaned it from me. And then Techno Gym went and took it back. So unfortunately, no more indoor running. I don't have a running machine. So foot pods can be cheap, sure. And they gave away 1,000 Zwift foot pods on Slow Twitch the other day in 45 minutes. But they need to give away 1,000 treadmills. And even then, it's still only indoor running. Don't know. One thing as a bystander of both Zwift running and Zwift riding, early on Zwift riding grew by itself, grew organically. You had everyone who found it became a salesperson for it because it was so good, so new, so different. Zwift running, It's not getting the same traction. It might be a slow burn, but just how I'm seeing it, I mean, Zwift riding, there were blogs, websites, user groups, and a lot of them are still hanging around. I'm still hanging around doing Zwift content. For the run stuff, very, very different. And I think in the latest Zwiftcast podcast with Simon Schofield and Eric Min, Eric taps into that as why. If you're running, you're doing this, and your head's doing this. Whereas right now, I'm on a keyboard, I'm on a mobile, I got my little controller here, I can talk, and still participate in the ride. Running, you can't do that. Rowing, as they alluded to, same deal. It's good to have it, but look, they're not the market first either. Run Social's been out there for ages. Kinomap's got rowing already. There's already indoor rowing world champs. There's already software out there, just as there was already cycling software out there before Zwift. I don't know. That's definitely a challenge for them to make that work. They still haven't won over cycling though. We're still only halfway there for cycling. Like, a lot of the discussion, the speculation of what's coming up is technology from 2 or 3 years ago. As I've said, I think on the other Zwiftcast, who's making the decisions for the things that we'll see in 2 years from now? That's what interests me. I mean, the smart bikes, they're 18 months behind. There was a lot of excitement over the concept of the smart bike when that first came out, but I think everyone's a bit tired of being told the smart bike's going to be awesome. We shall see. It's about positioning in the market. If you're, a lot of people are going to their second smart trainer now, and if you've just invested in a Kicker 18 and a Climb, or a Neo, or a Neo 2, do you want to invest in a smart bike? Again, might be a slow burn, might be a different market. Don't know. There's no doubting though that the initial growth of what we're seeing now was due to the community just going crazy about something that was new and cool. A thunderstorm's happening, so I'll show you that. So if I look back, there'll be just thumbs going crazy. So we used to be able to do that in the app. Well, not in group rides, but I think that last hill really helps out for the after party. That should really slow things down, bunch everyone up. I'm definitely shooting backwards now. Ben asks if I do any MTB. No. No, I just own road bikes and time trial. I've done a 24-hour enduro teams race a while back. That was a bit of fun. Ah, reaches for the feather. Have I heard of the website Powermeter 24? Is it legit? I haven't used them. I think Powermeter City in the UK. Don't quote me on that, I'll have to look it up. Not sure about Powermeter 24. No personal experience with it. But I have had emails back and forth from, I think, Powermeter City out of the UK. If you want to check who Powermeter City was, they were the ones on Insta or Twitter yesterday who put up a picture. Somebody sent in their P1s and had angle ground them off the cranks. Oh, there we go. Andy's chimed in. Cool. Legit German site. Cool. Alrighty, after party is go. So what happens here, if you're racing the lap, you're right up the beacon and you're just going absolutely flat out. So I'll go chase down the bacon. We'll stay with Tim for the last lap here and the Pac-Man bunch. If you're hearing any noise, it's just my drivetrain. Yeah, totally caught napping there. Look how far back I am. Power meter 24 fake here, see? Who do you trust? Hang on, bacon. No Pac-Man yet. All right, there we go. Auto Vector 3, 3rd of Jan. Sorry, 10th of Jan, still not got them. Oh, from Power Meter 24. Ouch. If it's on your credit card, just file a dispute. A fraudulent transaction or something. Stick it to them hard. Alright, Pac-Man coming up. I've got to get for a ride tomorrow morning if the weather's good. Holding, says bacon. Okay, so what the Pac-Man's about. The races are up the road. They're going for it, racing each other, hanging on, and there's C graders, D graders, all abilities up the road trying to race. If you can't hang on, you get shot out the back. You can hang on a little bit longer and a little bit longer each week as you get fitter and fitter. Or if you're lucky, you can win. But if you're one of those riders who get spat out the back, you're in no person's land. Is that what we have to say these days? You're out the arse. That's non-gender specific. And what will happen is, this big bunch we're in now will come through and sweep you up. And if you can just spin your legs a little bit and jump on, it's like the Pac-Man. I think it's a brilliant idea for the ride. So those, again, of any level, if you can hang on for that first section or the first 2/3, go as hard as you can. But if it's just not quite, like if there's some young snappers up the road, you know that you can drop back, this other big bunch will come through, and you've got a second chance to give the legs a bit more of a hit. So it's pretty cool. Alrighty. I've been in Pac-Mans where it's just as hard. Here we go, it's on. The Pac-Man's just as hard as any other race. Because if you want to work in the Pac-Man bunch, there we go, see that pause? That was my screenshot. That was the automatic screenshot at 41 minutes. I have turned off the automatic upload because it puts a sponsored logo on Strava. And it's kind of weird having something sponsored that's not sponsored, or don't sponsor. It's just... Zwift, give me a call if you want to sponsor my Strava photos. Alright. How do you push watts per kilo higher? It's all about training. Yeah, cycling's hard, I'll give you that. One of the best quotes in cycling is you got to train really hard just to be shit. I got told that early on when I was racing, and that is so true. It's a cruel sport, but just be consistent. Just ride as much as you can while you enjoy it, and then start doing intervals. Disc or Di2 road bike? Both. Go both. Alright. Jesus, Tim Searle's on 6 watts a kilo. Holy shit. That's insane. Pac-Man's on Pac-Man Cipollini. Crikey. It's right about now I stop talking. I might miss a few questions. I'll do a cool down lap after this. SRAM grip sets, not bad unless you like front chain rings. I ran SRAM 10 mechanical for a few years. I learnt to ride it, it was fine. Here we go. Alright, so what we're doing now is just sweeping up what's left of my fitness. Other bunches. Launch your head, here we go. Alright. Tim's pushing. If I can hide in this little bunch here to be nice. Ben asked what trainer he should get. The best one you can afford. Or the best ones you can talk someone else into buying for you. Depends. If you got a power meter or not, bike compatibility, budget, wheel on, wheel off, through axle. It's got to a point now, it's like when people ask, what car should I buy? They've all got wheels, except if it's a direct drive car. You gotta take your wheels off. All right. Are we there yet? Tim Searle pushing 6 watts a kilo. Unbelievable. It's the Eddie Merckx style of riding. Ride lots. Julius watching from Iceland. I could do with a bit of coolness at the moment. Is it cold there? What's the temperature out? Must be pretty dark. Oh, these hills. I gotta say, that's me taking my brain out and just riding. The Neo 2's holding up just nicely. Knobster from Texas. If you're from Texas, does that make you the big knobster? Let us know in the comments below. It's a conversation I was having with Vaughn. Imagine having kids these days and trying to get usernames. Unfortunately, there was 367 knobsters before you came along, mate. So I only having a laugh. 4 degrees Celsius and raining. Crikey. What have we got here outside? 14. Got you by 10. Alright, we'll just hide in the first couple of spots here of Pac-Man. Wish you better close that gap up to the next bunch. Knobster's big, but not the big knobster. Good stuff. Ham Beanie's in the house. Love your work, Ham Beanie. As featured on GCN. I mentioned something about the collective IQ of GCN going up many, many points with Ham Beanie in the house, but that'd be too obnoxious. Bjarne from the Netherlands. Mate, I'll see you on Friday. Flying out tomorrow. The true reason for the trip is to visit Tacx and find out just where the hell the cadence sensor is on the Neo 2. I'll get to the bottom of that. Or the inside of it. Alright. I have to concentrate now. Okay, the Pac-Man's doing pretty well. It's exactly the workout that I needed. Just simmering, not to a boil. Tim Searle's doing all the work on the front there of the Pac-Man, pulling in the other riders. -8 outside on the Gothenburg. Whoosh. I think that's about all that Pac-Man's going to sweep up tonight. Oh no, there's a bunch. All right, let's put in a bit of an effort on the front of the Pac-Man. See if we can close that 8-second gap. Says me going backwards. Get there and help out, Tim. Crikey. Come on. Oh yeah, hero move. I pulled the last 3 meters. All right, we'll hide out in this bunch for a bit, and we'll do another push to the line. Whew. It's a Pac-Man. It's no walk in the park. It's also what you make of it. I could have sat in, got the draft there, but that was a bit of a workout. Just pushing to the front, being part of the blob. I'll go for one last push as you go up the incline. I'll take it through to the line. Give about a minute, 90 seconds maybe. You can't feel the draft, but I can back off and still be in a good position a little bit. All right. Last push coming up. I think I've got a speech to heart rate threshold of about 172. I shut up when it goes over that. Oh, someone's having a rest. Two to go. someone on the front pushing. So I'll just sort of sit back for now. Here we go. See if we can hold 400 to the line. Get in front of these guys. All right, final push. Not really snapping out of the saddle. So if someone wants to jump on, they can hold the wheel. All right, come on, let's do it. Nice and steady. We've gapped him, but they'll come back. Good job, Cridland. Out there. We dropped a few wheels there, so I probably went a bit too hard up the hill. A better attack of that would have been to probably go from 7th or 8th wheel and slowly ramp up. I think I pushed a bit too hard at the start there, gapped people, and it was just too much of a bit of a space there for the packman to come back. Whoa. Whew. Oh, it's a bit of fun. Thanks for coming along. We hit our highest viewers right now. So 107th place there. So you can see Pac-Man in the bunch. Let me just jump through here. So we're all about 2 minutes down. So if you had a race with the front group and gone hard there. So what's per kilo aren't significantly higher. So it's about good positioning at the start of the last lap. Ollie Jones there. Couldn't even get on the podium. It's tough stuff. But, there needs to be a macro for this. Nadsy. So this will give people a ride on if they're still in game. Once they're finished. So if we can... Whoosh. I appreciate people who are hitting like or subscribing to the channel. That really helps, keeps things ticking along. Also, for the YouTube algorithm, still looking into getting support from YouTube for what I'm doing. And all indications are you just don't exist until you get 100,000 subscribers. Which sucks, but that's the way it is. I'd rather look after little viral video channels and people posting shit rather than someone busting their ass trying to help out, as we've seen. Alright, I'll stop ranting now as my heart rate comes down. But yeah, just disappointing that YouTube as a business is just... it's fucking brutal. But having said that, a couple of videos going up in the next couple of days. So hopefully everyone enjoys those. And these. Even though it's just me just clicking right onto everyone. Does it auto scroll? That'd be really handy if it did. Alright, if you're one of those getting a ride on, well done. If I've missed out, I do apologise. There's a lot there. Whew, alrighty. Questions that I've missed while I've been indulging in a bit of heart rate exercise. Fire away. Sorry if I've missed any questions. Shoot them through again if I haven't answered or you didn't like my answer. I'll give you a better one. Alright. Let's see this video get 100 likes before the end of the stream. I'll push to get 100 likes in the other video. But there we are, that's the Tacx NEO 2. I don't have the trainer cam on. I thought it'd be better just to put a picture of the trainer up rather than it spinning around, but it held up fine. That was more trainer than I am rider, so you saw that just there. Unfortunately, I'll be flying out to Amsterdam tomorrow, this time tomorrow, so I won't be able to live stream Tim's ride or participate. I am on the NEO 2. That's a little picture, and you can see it's got blue pants on. And about 2 hours ago, my video on the NEO 2 went out, where Von did the unboxing. Everyone spoke and wanted Von to undo the unboxing, so she got to do the unboxing and the build, and she did the first Lama lab test on the NEO 2. So that was pretty cool. Thoughts on Pioneer power meters? Struggling at the moment with the unit that I had. It's going back. Something was up with it. As a lot of things are up with power meters that I have. But I'm going to give them another chance with another power meter. The current ones that are on special are probably Ant Plus only, so watch that. You'll need a bridge. These days you've got to be buying power meters that are both Ant Plus and Bluetooth if you're going to be using Android, iPhone, iPad, Apple TV for not only Zwift but any software. So much easier if everything supports Bluetooth and Ant Plus. But if you're just running outside, or you're happy with Ant Plus indoors, might be a cheap solution. Make sure you purchase from somewhere reputable and you get a good warranty, etc. Bring some warm clothes to Europe. Yes, the puffer jackets are packed. It's been pretty chilly here lately, so I won't say I'm looking forward to the weather. It was nice when I was there last time. And I'm going to cover next year's TDU. Any thoughts on the Indian Pacific Wheel Race? I won't be doing the Indian Pacific Wheel Race. I'll be over at the TDU, yeah, for sure. As for coverage of it, though, it gets a bit tricky because last year I just snuck in and it was all good, but yeah, this year I guess I'll try and get a media pass. I don't see myself as media though. A lot of the time it's better just to be a person with a camera like everyone else. So I don't know. Look, I'll try and get a media pack, but that then means they've got my details. So if they want licensing of, the work, it gets nasty. We saw what happened with Maeve when he went to the tour, and all the issues around licensing of footage, and it just gets nasty. Lewis is thinking of doing a V Everesting this year. Any tips? I haven't done an Everesting or a V Everesting, so I don't have any tips for that. I've done a Sufferfest Knighthood though, which was 10 Sufferfest videos back to back. I think a lot of my tips, so on the GPLama blog, if you just type in GPLama Sufferfest Knighthood, it'll come up with the day that Slane and I did that at the VIS. And I've probably just got a few little tips there. You might be able to take one or two things out of that might help. It's just a long ass day on the bike. I'd just say eat. Eat and eat. I think, yeah, I think it'd be about food more than anything else, V Everesting. Yeah, the TDU is awesome. It really is over in Adelaide. But as it gets bigger and bigger and as it establishes itself after year, no doubt they'll start locking down on media and all that. I think it'd be nice if they're still very open about it and allow people to do videos or tag things with TDU. And I mean, we're not really infringing on trademarks, but I have heard some stories in the back end. They're just not happy with people. Business, frickin' business. When money's not involved, everyone's happy. Money involved? Am I still doing Lama's 5x4 TT intervals? Not lately. They hurt. Sean's at 28,000 meters for the Tron bike. Nice one. Tacx availability for the Neo 2. I think it is. Is it mid-December or it might be January for the rest of the world for the Neo 2? But feel free to contact Tacx or their local distributor here, who is, if you're in Australia, who is Shepherds. They should have an answer on that one, given that there's anytime a trainer is spoken about in the media or a press release is put out about the trainer, or I'm sent one and can talk about it in public, companies should have a schedule for availability. If I was to tick all the boxes, I should have the schedule for availability, but I'm not in sales or marketing. I just unbox these things and try and break them. But I will ask when I'm over there. Bit static in the saddle. Lightweight wheels for Alp to Zwift. Maybe. Look, you could probably do a V Everesting on the shopping bike, the Buffalo bike. It probably really wouldn't matter. Maybe a cent more, half an hour maybe. But it's all legit. I mean, if you can choose that, if you've unlocked that bike, just like in real life, you can ride a heavy bike for Everesting or a light bike. As long as you ride the hills, that's what it's all about. Alrighty, am I following any of the new workout plans? No, none. My workout plan is, it depends on which side the wind's, which direction the wind is blowing, for which ride I'll go outside. Good question from Dave L. Do you have to use gears in erg mode for all trainers or just low end? What you're talking about there is trainers like the Flux and the Diretto. To make it lock and hold watts in erg mode, you've got to have a smaller chainring usage on the front. That didn't work out really well, that sentence, did it? You've got to slow the flywheel down. Those units work better with a slower flywheel, which means using a small chainring at the front. Higher end trainers, no, you can pretty much just smash through any gear. The Neo, Kicker, Hammer, Drivo 2. You can pretty much choose any gear, and those things have got so much grunt they'll just lock into any watts at any speed. Lewis has still got the, is it a Strava segment? Yeah, between Ballarat and Ararat. Hopefully it was a tailwind. Be some nasty headwinds through there. Alright, just cooling down now from the Hump Day ride. We'll tie this one up. We'll go through to another 3 minutes to an hour 10. Oh, suffering from choditis. Really static sitting there on the saddle. Alright. Alrighty, so how long do I do a cooldown for? It really depends on how long I've got. If I've got, like tonight, we're done for the day. My video's up. What will be 10 past 8, I've got to pack. If I had something to do straight away, it'd be at least 5 minutes. But after that hard effort, if I can get an extra 10, 15 in, much better. Do I have a recommendation for a pedal power meter? P1s, P2s, Vectors or Aciomas? Take your pick. I'd trust any of those for power now, not early on for the Vectors. Aciomas are a good deal, but there's a few finer details on the edge cases for Bluetooth left, right, etc. No, I do not use speed sensors at all on any of my bikes. No speed sensors whatsoever. GPS is good enough. several years of training and competing. A winter long slow ride still necessary for next year's results. Oh, depends. There's no easy answer. If there was a yes, no to that, then it'd be one answer for everyone. Someone would write one single book and we'd be done. There's no answer. If you need to lose weight, depends on diet, depends on how you respond to training. Everyone responds differently. So it really depends. Michael says that Zwift has estimated an FTP higher than he has put in. Is this accurate? It's only an estimate, so no. Look, it'll probably grab your best 20 minutes and divide by 0.95 or something over a race and see if that's any different to what you've put in. Do a step test maybe. Don't get too tied up in the numbers though. I've always found the step test, the one that Slane's done, to be close enough for what I ever needed. The amount of FTP tests I've done over 10 or 15 years could be still counted on one hand. So, I mean, I did a ton of races and a shit ton of 20-minute efforts. And things you could probably extrapolate the FTP from, but specific FTP tests, sometimes it's better just to ride hard. Any issues with rear deraillers when switching between wheels and trainers? In the past, yes. Nowadays, not so much. I think everything's just getting a little bit more accurate. A little bit more refined rather than slapped together. So I'm not changing anything recently. Although I did today. I had a few little... But I remembered I was tinkering with it, so that's my fault. Kogel Blitz from Germany. Welcome along. Had a great few weeks in Germany earlier in the year, or in the middle of the year. I'll be back to near Germany. Actually, I'll be flying over Germany tomorrow. Or the next day, however the time zones work. Aha, Sean loves the Tacx NEO review that just went up. The Tacx NEO 2 review went up just a few hours ago. I was going to get Von to be in part of the whole video from the start, tech specs, and sort of 1-2 all the details with Von, because she did the unboxing in the first ride, but she was busy, so I said, damn it. So Von was a part of the ride, and I also grabbed the camera and stuck it in her face when she was riding here, and asked her take on the trainer. I'm going to try and do that from now on if I can, if I've got the time. Rather than just a static Lama lab test, look at the data, talk about the results, I'll see if I can do the first ride, sit a camera, and then just talk about what I've experienced on the bike. I mean, it's easy for production, it's easy to talk about, you get the honest truth. The Flux S video coming up soon, and you'll see exactly that in the Flux S video. It's much easier to articulate the ride of a trainer, the feel of it, if you've just sort of stepped off and want to have a chat about it. So for example, this one, Neo 2. Von did the step off chat on that, but for me, after that ride tonight, so we're an hour 11 in, it rides very, very similar, I'd say almost identical to the Neo 1. Cadence is killer accurate, so there's no estimation, it actually has a cadence sensor in the unit itself. Still suffers from the same virtual tire slip. Ready? That. And I show that in the video. And what that is you can spin the flywheel up unnaturally fast. Or, yeah, actually I stuffed my words up in the video as well. Unrealistically fast with a really short, sharp, hard effort. You can catch the flywheel by surprise. But you've got to go out of your way to do it like I did then. If I was to just say put in an effort now, as I select a gear and go hard, I can still do that. So you really have to catch it off guard to do that, but it still happens. Similar to that of the Neo 1. Von's the new star of the channel. Yeah. I've got to be careful because Von's got her own full-time job. And as soon as you put, regardless of what you keep online and what you keep offline, in private, you're still putting everything out there. So I've got to be careful and respectful of that for Von, about not sort of asking her to do too much on the channel. She's a cyclist, and if she's happy to talk about stuff, the Lama drive stuff's really cool. They're the chats we always have anyway, the shit jokes we always crack, the happenings on the road where we pass cops. We got breatho coming back from, sorry, Aussies will get that, breathalyzed for alcohol by the police. Breathoed by the cops. And we put that on the channel. Just general shit that happens. That's easy. But I can't ask too much of Von for the channel to like do all the unboxings or anything. But Von's coming over to the Netherlands, so we're both flying out tomorrow night. Yeah, should be good. Should be really good. Say good day to DC Rainmaker. I'll try and entice him back over to Tour Down Under. I don't think he's coming to Tour Down Under, but I'll see if we can get DC Rainmaker back for that. What are we on? I can't end at 1:13. That'll be unlucky. 1:15. Any questions? Fire away. Be quick. I'll have a crack at answering. But if not, yeah. Appreciate the views. Appreciate the questions. Even if you can't view every video I put up, that's no probs at all. I put up a shit ton of videos because that's what keeps the YouTube algorithm happy. But if you're just watching 1 or 2 a week, or go back to the catalogue and do a search, it's yeah, no, it's really good. Things are going well. Things are going really well. The Lama drives, yeah. They're so easy to do because they're just like this. I'm just talking. I do have a list or a script of things to talk, topics, because we can just. I had to, like, there's hardly any jump cuts in these ones now because I actually do have a list that can keep flowing a little better. But they're just, we live and breathe bikes and social media and online stuff, and it's all good. It's all good. Alrighty, I'll wrap it there. That's been quite a success. Thank God. Because whenever I go live with a new trainer, there is a risk of it completely blowing up, literally, or digitally, as we saw with another one. So that's been good. Happy days on the Tacx NEO 2. Rides a lot like the NEO 1, but as I've said in the video that I put up early on, look, that's not a bad thing. Like my video of the P2 pedals, it could be seen as being, and I'm running the P2 pedals still on this bike, it could be seen as being a bit negative towards the PowerTap P2 pedals, but the P1s were really good. It's just the expectation of the next. So I think we're going to get a bit of that with everything soon. We've seen refinements in the industry rather than revolutions. And the Neo 2 is a refinement of something that was revolutionary at the time in the design, and still is. So anyway, that's my politically correct take on that. Feel free to offer your comments on all my videos. The manufacturers do read my videos, which is kind of cool. Bunch. Giant themselves, who sponsored the Hump Day ride, commented on Tim's 100,000 ride video that I put up. PowerTap are watching the PowerTap video that I put up and looking at all the feedback, especially the one about SPDSL cleats. I know Tacx, are you watching the feedback for this? So if you've got any, like, the companies are watching, which is really cool. So even though it feels like we're just making chit chat and comments, they're being listened to, which is a pretty cool platform to have. And my voice is just as loud as everyone else's. I just happen to upload mine all the time in video, but if you were to put a comment somewhere, someone just the other day put up a comment about elite support, just to share some love, and said, look, they had an issue with their elite trainer. I'm like, oh shit, here we go, someone's got this massive problem. And I usually search for the question, because I can answer those pretty quick. So I'm searching through going, oh, this is going to end pretty badly, I'm going through and it was like, they responded really well within 12 hours, I had the part, I had it fixed, it was fantastic, I love the support. And I pointed that towards a few people that I knew at Elite. I said, hey guys, check this out. Good customer support, shared that with the team. So it was really cool. It was really cool. They do hear, they do listen, and they do see everything that's posted. So I appreciate any of the feedback, comments, likes, subscriptions, which keeps things ticking along over here. It's all good. Just quickly through the last few questions there. Am I visiting Tacx only or something more? I think the cat's out of the bag that we're going to the DC Rainmaker open house, or the open cave. Von and I are heading over for that. And then so we'll be doing the DC Rainmaker open house, so watch for that. I'll see if I can get some content out of there too. Razor Blast, and there should be some great people to hang out with. Des Fit's going over as well. Des, who's been on my channel recently. So it's a coming together of people who tinker with technology. And Von is coming on as well. I'll be heading over to Tacx, saying go to those guys, trying to find out where the hell this cadence sensor is stored in the Tacx NEO 2. So I'll get an answer on that one, rather than take mine apart. Can you calibrate the NEO 2? No need. There's no need to. On a topic about bringing your trainer overseas, good question. The NEO has a bag. There is a legit bag you can buy from Tacx. I wonder if I can get one of those. I should have put a link to it because it's kind of funny. It's bloody expensive though. It's €300, €400. But it's got wheels, it's got everything. You pack your NEO up and drag it around. Very cool. If you're going to be taking a trainer overseas, a high-end one, get a specific box or bag for it. Ideally, borrow one. When I was in Perth for 3 months a few years back, I actually purchased a kicker over there, used it for 3 months and then sold it. Sometimes it's easier. Other questions coming through. Lewis added a through axle to the Tacx Flux. Sweet. Do manufacturers still have issues with their bikes on trainers? Yeah. Nothing has changed. No manufacturer has changed their tune whatsoever on bikes on trainers. I'll keep poking that fire every now and then, don't worry. Something's got to be done soon though, because it's ludicrous. It's Father Christmas. It's the tooth fairy of the whole industry operates on people using carbon bikes on indoor trainers, and there's a very successful software and hardware industry built around that, yet the carbon manufacturers are like, nah, you can't do that. Nah, we're not going to do that. Not going to allow that in our warranty. That's just shit. They need to be honest, they need to grow the fuck up. They really need to grow up and stop bullshitting people. Because if it is against their warranty, they need to go hard and tell everyone not to do it. But they can't have their cake and eat it 5 times over. It's just ludicrous. It's a joke. It really is. Sorry, what I'm alluding to, if people aren't quite caught on the most bike manufacturers of carbon bikes refuse to support their use of their bikes on indoor trainers. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Recommend any bike stores in Perth? Glen Parker Cycles. The guys at Specialized, always been happy there in town, and the Giant store have always done good discounts. I think I've bought 2 Garmins while I've been over in Perth for some reason. There's a few good stores over there. Better be a hard case for that money, $300. Yeah, they're very expensive. A very special item though. I can't stop until I get to 48Ks. Alrighty. I will end the stream very shortly. Thanks for sticking around. Apologies for anybody I bored the shit out of. Alright, how are we going for... where am I on here? Activities. Epic failure FML last night, yeah. Let's not speak of that one. Alright, 48Ks in the bag. A few more than I thought. So thanks for dropping by, everyone. Much appreciated. Always good to have a chat with everybody. A lot of familiar faces there. It's, anyway, keep riding, keep watching the channel, keep hitting like, subscribe, not only to me, any content creator that's out there that you watch or appreciate as well. It's, a lot of people do rely on that for their growth of their channels and the motivation to keep creating stuff, because it's a pain in the ass creating content, but it's really good when there's engagement like we've seen tonight with the people dropping in, sharing their knowledge, and just having a chat. All good. All right, we'll leave it there. Tomorrow, coming up, might sit on the Neo 2 video for 24 hours. That should be a good one. So the Neo 2 video has just gone up. Look for one coming up the day after or so. And we shall be in Amsterdam, I think, next time we go live. We'll see if we can go live from the DCR cave. All right, everyone, have a great morning, night, day. Have an extra coffee on me. We'll see you soon.